Spirit of Charles DeMeo Award was developed when we were coming up with the first fundraising event, and we wanted to honor a community member that had followed in the footsteps of Charles DeMeo. This year, it's so exciting to see Kay receiving that award because, in my opinion, there's no one more deserving.
Hi, I'm Kay Marquet, and I've lived here in Sonoma County for 30 years. I headed the Community Foundation here for 17 years, and I've just loved it here in Sonoma County. I came here 30 years ago from Massachusetts, having grown up in Philadelphia. Within 2 months, I just said, I'm a Californian. I have 3 children and 4 grandchildren, and certainly having time with them is really important to me and something that I value. Why have I been chosen for this award? It really means a lot to me, and I never thought I would receive it because I was an employee. But I have to tell you, it's the biggest thing that I put my heart and my hard work into in my 30-year plus career.
So I think I was the first person that met Kay in Santa Rosa when she came for an interview. Needless to say, we were very impressed with Kay, and we hired her. And I got to say, that's one of the best decisions I ever participated in, because Kay is a gem. She was the spearhead, the quarterback that led us to accomplish what we have here today.
I was hired to come here as the second executive, and the assets were about $4 million, and I had grown a foundation in Massachusetts from $1.5 million to $30 million. So they figured that they could hire someone who could come and grow it here. In 1992, when I arrived with the $4 million, we grew it to $6 million, and then overnight, with the DeMeo bequest, it jumped to $23 million.
Kay has strong convictions about what is the right thing to do, and she has the ability to know how to make those things happen. When I started there, I was young, relatively, and I took it for granted that you would honor a gift with integrity and with commitment. And what I've come to realize over the years since then is there are lots of reasons people find to not do that, to take the money and find a way to turn it to their own purposes. And from the beginning through the end, there was no question about Kay's commitment to the vision of this man who had left all this money for the community. And there was no question as to the integrity of how that money was going to be used. There's a great old Peanuts joke where Linus says that he wants to be a philanthropist. And Charlie Brown says, well, you need a lot of money if you're going to be a philanthropist. And Linus says, I'd like to be a philanthropist with somebody else's money. And that is, in a way, what community foundations do. You become philanthropists with somebody else's money. And to do that is really a great responsibility. And I think Kay immediately understood and accepted that and began to bring what she needed together to make this thing happen.
When I first met Kay, I was somewhat critical of what had happened in the Community Foundation over some of the initial years, and Kay quickly took charge and brought in new leadership into the Community Foundation. Kay had a definite idea of how things should be done. She used that initiative and persistence to move the Community Foundation forward and really took us from a fledgling startup organization to a solid community foundation where it is today, with over $150 million invested as assets under management. I give Kay full credit for that. As a chief executive, as someone I really respect and admire as a community leader.
As a young organization, they really needed to develop into an organization that had diversified funding. And so Kay came on as the interim executive director during that time, and she was here for about 15 months. And she was extremely instrumental in helping CHOPS make that leap.
It was through Kay's leadership, her creativity, her judgment, her persistence. She doesn't give up. If she sees something that has to be done, she'll set her sights on it, come up with the plan to get there, and my God, she gets there.
I always say that Kay saved my life because I didn't know how to run a community foundation myself. I knew there were certain principles that you could read in a book, but I didn't know how to do it. Kay came along, she had all the experience, and she moved right into the job and right into the community and loved it.
Kay has many wonderful qualities. She's a very, very bright and savvy businesswoman. She's very good with finances. She's great with fund development. And with those skills, coupled with her characteristics of being a really caring community member, she's a lover of the arts and she supports the arts. She supports young people. She supports disadvantaged people. That kind of whole thing makes her a really phenomenal community member.
Kay really, really likes people. She loves to become engaged. So you can take Kay anywhere and she will find some connection that she has with the people that she runs into.
Kay largely worked in a man's world and had to figure out how to make her way in that world as a woman at a time when it was not granted that women were capable of doing the sort of things that she was doing. And I know she respected other women who did the same. So in that way, she was a pioneer for showing people what she could do, which also meant this is something that you could do and that other people could do.
Without Kay, I don't know if we would be here today in this wonderful building with the great programs that CHOPS has for teens.
I'm most proud of the work that has happened here and the staff that has brought together time with the young people just to help the teens, take them off the streets, give them something productive to do and some good people to guide them and to help them mature. That's a big deal. CHOPS at 21 is really of age, and let's look forward and see what it can do in the future.